I say time, you say cup. Time. Time.
Somebody please tell the Prime Minister to call the election because the comrades are ready.
Time come for young people. Time come for move Andrew out of power.
Let the people go.
The line stop here. The game done. Time come.
So when them cutting ribbon over hospital with them paint up, we're going to cut hernias. We're going to cut fibroids, cancers.
Don't believe in me. I'm not Jesus. Believe with me that better can come.
With Mark Golding as Prime Minister, the dreams you dream today will be the reality he creates tomorrow.
The people of Jamaica are ready for change. Everywhere I go, I see the wind of change blowing.
Somebody asks me, Perry, why aren't you a labourite? Me ever fresh, me no green.
No one say one blood and comrade victory.
We are going to Jamaica House. We are rescuing Jamaica, and Mark Golding will be the next Prime Minister.
Power, power, power to the people. Power to the people. A corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also.
A blessed good day to you, my wisdom warriors. Wagwan, wagwan. I hope you guys are in good spirit.
Jesus. Julian Robinson, the PNP spokesperson on finance. He, I thought, hands down, was the best debater on the night. Easily. He exuded confidence. He never misspoke. He never missed a beat. He was articulate. He was aggressive. Me and some people have criticized his aggression. I say, what the F? This is a debate with political office at stake. When you want the man to come for me and my like a child? I thought he was forthright. I thought he was brilliant. At one point when me are watching the debate, me turn and say to somebody, but well on a man, only said Julian Robinson cannot be a leader of the PNP and a potential Prime Minister. What I saw last night from him was absolutely prime ministerial. And the best debater I see so far across the two debates. Me I give Julian 9 out of 10. And pointing beat. Let me tell you why I'm doing skillfully. He skillfully brought up issues that he thought were advantageous to the PNP, even when the questions never required to. But he was so skillful and calculating on what he was doing. And even though he did that repeatedly, he never missed a chance to answer the specific question. I thought he was brilliant. If me ever set a youth to teach off the debate, would I record Julian part and make them play it. 9 out of 10 me again. Keisha Anderson, the young lady from the PNP. I don't know much about her, to be honest. I don't know what capacity of functioning in the PNP. So I was just kind of watching her with an open mind. And like I thought, I guess, you know, she was there or thereabouts. She never moved the needle either way for me. There were 1 or 2 telling moments when she stepped on some points that I thought, you know, she never disgraced herself. I give her an even 5 out of 10. Peter Bunting, I'll tell you the truth. When I say Peter Bunting on the PNP slate, I say to myself, you know, Peter Bunting is not the most likable PNP in this campaign. And I think it's risky to put him on the debate. Papa Jesus. The man was like the attack dog. Eh? The man would have killed them with jab. Boop, boop, boop. Eh? I said the man all Tufton one time. I said, oh. When Tufton, I think, attacked him on the Finsack and how he benefited from Finsack back in them day. The man said, my wealth is an open book. How me make my money? Oh, you and Andrew make full of money. Bloop. Is it Tufton start? You know, enough to eat the blood in your mouth. I thought Peter Bunting was brutal as an attack dog. He was also calculated. He was aggressive. He never come off as too abrasive. I thought he was measured, calculated, and clinical in the way he debate. So me give him 8 out of 10. So me have to tabulate now. Me can go 8, 5, and Julian 9. So that is 9 and 8, 17. And Keisha Anderson 5. So that is 22. 9, 8, 7, 22 out of 30 for the PNP. And of course, for the JLP, we got Tufton 7, Flaval 4, that's 11, and Dana Morrison. How many gear? 6? Yeah. Now me a review Peter Bunting. Me a go down at 7 for him. 7, me a go 7. Me a go 7. Alright, me did say initially 8, but me a go 7. Alright, so 7 and 4, 11 and 6, that is 17 out of 30 for the JLP. And this one now is 9 and 5, 14 and 7, 21 out of 30 for the PNP. Me don't think the debate face to face as a debate was as close as the first one. But me not done yet, because the JLP can overturn it when we look at the overall presentation and effectiveness and blah blah blah. Alright, make we go on this now. This is a rule out of 10. Remember my debate, tabulate out of 40 now. Out of 10, again, me not have to go much deeper in the analysis, because me think the individual analysis and how them do them thing, I think that is much, it's going to be reflected in the overall trajectory of the debate. And for the PNP out of 10, me give the PNP about out of 10. Me give the PNP about 7 out of 10. PNP 7 out of 10 for the overall effectiveness of the debate. Remember, it's a debate, people. You know, if you agree with the person and the ideology where them are exposed, in them debate, it's just how them debate. That is how you judge debate. You know, judge debate off of where you feel. You judge debate off of how the people them debate. And to me, this one was chalk to cheese. JLP, I give them about 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10, JLP. So overall, the JLP got 17 and 6, that's 23 out of 40. And the PNP, 7 to the 21, that would be 28 out of 40. PNP 28, JLP 23. So the PNP win this debate, hands down and easy. Anybody when don't see the PNP win the debate, let me tell you something. I have some labor right friend when me talk to. I still have labor right friend, Although labor right, them do me bad already. Say me a this and me a that. And remember one of them they try to carry me down. But me have enough labor right friend. I want to tell them I have people. Anyway, me no bother say that. see. If me have some labor right friend when me talk to throughout that campaign, and it's the first for me to talk to them ever relent and say anything that, what you call it now, unfavorable to the JLP. All of them say the JLP lose the debate here, hands down. One of them went on to argue at length, say, is that debate till win election, is that debate to election. I said, no, it's not a debate in election. But we're not talking about election. We are talking about the debate. Some of the people them who have give claims that the JLP win there. I want them want parity going into the final debate between Marky G and Bro G. But we don't think that no works so. If you win the 3 debate, then you win the 3 debate. Personally, if I was to give the JLP one of the debates, it would be the first debate. Because that to me, remember say at 1 point, we score the PNP win by Everybody else has say PNP win the debate they clear. Me don't think them win the first one they clear like this. Chalk to cheese. Yeah? What me say with him? Best and most credible opinion. Fear and absolutely fearless.
Continue on that bad JPS contract because we know we need to have lower electricity costs. In addition to that, infrastructure is another impediment to growth, and that's why we've spent so much money on fixing our roads, providing internet access across this country, and improving our investments in technology. We understand that in order to bring the growth rate up, we are going to have to do these things.
You have average annual growth of the last decade is around 0.8%. Why is this, and what will you do to get it to around 5%?
Thanks for that question. Thanks for that question on growth. There have been many impediments to growth, and we have seen that documented in many places. If we look at the impediments, they include training, and we're doing that, 500,000 trained. Another impediment to growth is the high electricity cost, and we have taken the decision to not continue on that bad JPS contract because we know we need to have lower electricity costs. In addition to that, infrastructure is another impediment to growth, and that's why we've spent so much money on fixing our roads, providing internet access across this country, and improving our investments in technology. We understand that in order to bring the growth rate up, we are going to have to do these things.
You have 45 seconds.
What they haven't spoken about is how corruption has impacted that growth.
how our foreign direct investment has moved from 900 million in 2015 to 300 million today. That 11 of them are under investigation for illicit enrichment. I, Julian J. Robinson, can categorically state, I am not under investigation. Can the three of you say that? We need growth. We understand the assignment now. We have consolidated our economy. We have to improve the outcomes in education, which have been poor. You talk about energy. It took you 8 years to put out a request for proposal for renewables. Why? Because of the corruption at the Ministry of Education, where you see 4 ministers over 8 years.
Time. Thank you. Social media, Amoy.
All right, so we're on TikTok, and I'm seeing a question here from Joe. Policies often target low-income earners, while high-income earners are generally believed to be able to manage on their own. What in your plans directly supports middle-income Jamaicans who are caught in the squeeze?
Team PNP.
So, the contrast between the JLP's approach of reducing the income tax rate for everyone versus the PNP's approach of lifting the threshold is a prime example of that. The cabinet ministers and the prime ministers will benefit the most from the reduction in the rate of income tax. Police officers, nurses, doctors, security guards, public servants, those who are at the rank and file of the police level, everyone who earns under 3.5 million will be the major beneficiaries of our program. That is what differentiates our approach from theirs. They talk about prosperity. It's prosperity for them and their cronies. When we talk about putting people at the center of our policies and programs, it's because we want to lift everyone. We want to lift those at the bottom. We want to build out the middle class. We want education to become a bridge from one generation to another to move them to another level in society.
And we will continue to lift the standards of the majority of the Jamaican people. The income tax threshold, we're going to remove tax on overtime so that our security guards, our nurses will get a break and you put more money in their pockets.
Thank you, Mr. Robinson. Team JLP.
The PNP does not understand how the economy works. First of all, they talk about our performance. Our performance we're very proud of. We created the lowest poverty rate in the country on record. We created more jobs with more participation in the economy on record. And while we're doing that, we are building out new industries in digital technology, in our port facilities, for logistics hub, as well as maintaining and building on the traditional industries that are there. Most persons in Jamaica today, young persons who have a skill, can find a job. That was not the case under the People's National Party. And I want to just come back to this issue of corruption, because they seem to think that they can speak about things in mid-air without any evidence, innuendos and suppositions, as if people are going to accept that. What the Jamaican people want is who is going to look after them, who will bring down crime. Peter Bunting depended on divine intervention without work. In fact, he is on record, I believe, as the only Minister of National Security who was unable to secure himself. And I am happy he's okay from that unfortunate incident in Portland. But it speaks to confidence in their policy to reduce crime. This government has reduced crime by the lowest over 30 years. And this is what Jamaicans want. They felt unsafe under the PNP. They feel a lot safer under the Jamaica Labour Party.
Mr. Tufton, thank you. Time. We now take a short break and invite you to stay tuned. To the economy debate presented by the Jamaica Debates Commission, we invite you, the public, to send us your questions via direct message on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Send them to Jamaica Debates. We now ask Andrea to start the final segment, with a question for Team Jail.
The central bank has cut its policy interest rate from 7% in July 2024 to 5.75% in August 2025. The regulator has been pleading with the banks, the commercial banks, to further reduce lending rates, but it's not happening fast enough. What will your administration do to further pressure banks to cut their lending rates?
Okay. So,
we are seeing interest rates come down. And we're getting early signs that the rates to borrowers is also coming down. Just recently, I was speaking to the DBJ. You know that the DBJ on-lends to the banks to lend to our MSMEs, and DBJ reported that they are seeing lower rates in the marketplace from banks. As the Bank of Jamaica bring rates down, which it will, we fully expect that our borrowers are going to begin to see lower rates in the marketplace on the various loans.
I think that the reforms that are taking place within the banking sector, the independent central bank, which has to drive this issue, that's why we supported the independence of the central bank, and competition. What we have been working on, but I do agree we need to work on it more, and this is for the next administration, is to make it easier for someone to move their account from one bank to the next. We believe ultimately in the market, within reason of course, with a regulatory framework, not like them who allowed an attempt at liberalization that drove us into FinSA.
Thank you. Team PNP, your rebuttal.
Before the break, Chris had the gall of claiming success with crime. The fact is that more Jamaicans have been murdered under this JLP administration, almost 13,000 murdered in their 2 terms than in any other 2 terms in the history of Jamaica. That is failure, not success. We commend the police for the job they've been doing this year in reducing it, but you can't take credit for that. That's despite your failed SOE policies.
What we will do to ensure that the banking sector is more competitive, we are going to ensure government deposits. There's a system to ensure that all banks participate in government deposits.
Thank you. Al?
Let's say that people are concerned about their standard of living because they're talking about things that happened in the 90s. That's over 30 years ago. Young people who are listening, does that affect your life now? Yet still, they're not speaking about the scandals that young people, anybody 25 years and younger, would have experienced what happened with rural reading education, to the point that education is behind. We are celebrating as a country five subjects being attained by 19% of our children. That's 1 in every 5. Is your child one of the 5 that is attaining 5 subjects? And if your child is not, what is happening to them? Our standards are too low. What happened to the used car scandal? What happened to Petrojam scandal? And I'm sure there are many others. Come on, man.
Me love my party. Me love me Labour Right Party, but guess what? Uno no put on no strategy. Uno no do no strategy for Central Westmoreland. Uno only go come round now when a politics time and drive up and down. And uno no get somebody appointed to come in and get to them to come find out what go on and what is the problem. Uno no have nobody to come sit down. Judge Right only a come and a go funeral only when people dead. Judge Right no know who are suffer in a community them from who don't suffer. Uno have to do the groundwork to find out the people them and make uno and the people them can communicate. No one again no run politics. And that me I try to get in on no head and no and get it. You can't try win over PMP. Just like how me is a Labour Right and now give up. The PMP, them a PMP and them now give up. So no try win them over. Try to work for the people them where they are stand by on.
The Jamaica Labour Party are run on like some headless chicken right now. You know why them are run on so headless? Because Andrew Honest himself allows for him head. Because him know we hang over him head if him lose this, when him lose this election come 3rd of September. Imagine you have people around your education ministry and your health ministry, and on the nights of debate where those 2 main ministries are go concerned, the person who are deal with health missing, the person who deal with education missing, I want to send somebody go replace them. So what you want to get for? How come you no son represent the ministries and the time come for no talk and answer question, on a run and hide? Them say them a cover up them finance minister who don't know nothing at all about finance. So them send the education minister and the health minister go answer questions. And the second debate trying to protect the finance minister. But all the protect them and try to protect the finance minister. The weakness and the faults of the finance minister just show up in everybody's face. The finance minister was lost in the debate. When I say last, it was disgraceful, shameful. If me a Labour, nobody can see me face until after election. Oh, me that shame. People may ask one question. Decent people. Which one are not brave enough to make Favour Williams be a finance minister? Just tell me truth. The second most highest person in the country, different from the prime minister and the parliament. The minister of finance. No know nothing about finance. People, time come to get rid of this government and put in government who knows how to operate and manage an economy with the people them benefiting just like the country.
This my ex. Because I want to make sure say my part don't spoil this election day. Long time them Labour right there for Ghana. Them two one caring man. Make sure say my mark the ex right there so. Because I don't want the ballot spoil. See that ex yeah? For the teacher them wanna get them pay. You see that ex yeah? And for the people them want dead pan hospital bench because they never have no bed. You see that ex yeah? And for the police them want work overtime and can't get them overtime pay. Yeah man, see that ex yeah? And for the big salary what the politician them give themselves and I can get little salary to the people them. That ex right now, yeah. For the nurse them. The nurse them. If you work long hours and can't get no pay if you go off foreign if you try to survive. You see, oh man, that ex yeah? This is because that time they take the bulldozer and mash up the house them out of Clifton. You see that ex yeah? And the arrogance and the dictatorship where they try to run the country under. You see one there right there so? I feel all of the disrespect what they want to come give Jamaican. I make sure I mark my ex properly. Time come for a change. Time come for a better Jamaica.